What are the top 5 boss mules in the current patch MapleStory Go West? I got asked about boss mules all the time, which ones to make, which ones are efficient, which ones are fun, and we're going to go over which ones I think are the top 5 based off of performance, and anybody can pick them up and start making a lot of money. Now real quick, to get everybody up to speed, what is a boss mule? A boss mule is basically just another character on your account that kills bosses to make you money. For the sake of this video, we're going to be talking about boss mules anywhere between level 215 to 220 that can kill anything from Akechi all the way up to normal, Lotus, and Damien. If you want a video on stronger boss mules like C10 boss mules, H Lotus, and so on, let me know in a comment below. These 5 classes I personally think are all very easy to play, have low funding requirements relative to other classes in the game, and can blow through bosses so quickly. With that all being said, the first class that I want to talk about is Dawn Warrior. Now, some of you might have expected Dawn Warrior to be higher, but hear me out. The reason I don't think Dawn Warrior is higher than number 5 is because its off burst is not that strong. Here's the thing with boss mules is ideally you want them to have good DPS because you're going from boss to boss to boss to boss, and you don't want to be waiting for your cooldowns all the time. Dawn Warrior has a really good 3-minute burst for boss muling with its Rift of Damnation. You do have Cosmos, which is a 90-second cooldown that helps supplement the off burst as well. Now, Dawn Warrior is very easy to play. It's literally just pop your buffs, hold down Rift of Damnation, and you're good to go. Or if it's down, you just hold down your solar slashes. Dawn Warrior also has very good survivability. You have very short cooldown iframes that can allow you to teleport through lasers or just save you from anything that's about to kill you, to be honest. On top of all of that, Dawn Warrior also has very easy node funding. Node funding is very important for boss mules, and Dawn Warrior only needs 1 trio and only like a couple skills to high level. You can get away with Flare Slash and Solar Eclipse being low level, so long as Rift of Damnation and Cosmos are higher level. So it makes it really good for funding on a budget as well. And if you decide to train the Dawn Warrior is also very easy to train, and it one-shots extremely easily. Nowadays, people don't train their boss mules as much because of how many XP vouchers we get per event, but I figured I would say that anyways because the training is definitely very easy on Dawn Warrior. Easy survivability, easy to play, good damage. Dawn Warrior meets all the criteria for being a top tier boss mule, and so that's why it's at number 5. Now for number 4, the next one that I want to talk about is the newly remastered class Angelic Buster. Now besides Angelic Buster being the perfect idol of a boss mule, it's actually pretty insane what the rework did for the class. So the class's cooldowns are 2 minutes and 1 minute, which means that you're bursting very often. You have your big burst with Sparkle Burst and Spotlight every 2 minutes, and then even your off burst with your Mighty Mascot every single minute. So it makes Angelic Buster's cooldowns very short and efficient for boss muling when you're going from boss to boss. Angelic Buster's nodes are also very easy as well. It does have 11 boostable skills, but you only need 1 trio for a boss mule, which makes it really good, especially at lower levels like 215 where you don't have as many node slots. Supreme, Supernova, Trinity, and Soul Seeker are all you really need for a boss mule. Angelic Buster has very good survivability as well. Soul Resonance and Sparkle Burst give you crazy iframes. Soul Resonance is a less than 1 minute cooldown, 2-second iframe that gives super stance and damage reduction. And then Sparkle Burst gives you a 10-second iframe while you're bursting. So you basically have Genesis iframe built into your burst. Angelic Buster's main attack Trinity every 14 seconds can be used with Trinity Fusion, which also gives you super stance. So Angelic Buster has very good survivability and can deal with not getting pushed, which is actually really useful in a boss like Lotus or Akechi. Another thing that's really good about Angelic Buster is its burst is very short. Mighty Mascot is only about 1.8 seconds long, which means that you can get almost all of the damage off so quickly. Mighty Mascot itself is also a super stance, so you can't get pushed while doing your burst either. Now, pro tip for the ABs, it's actually very important to use your hyper skill Pretty Exaltation every minute whenever you're doing your burst. This is what makes you shoot out way more Soul Seekers. I've seen a lot of ABs not know why when I do my boss mule, why so many Soul Seekers come out, and it's because I'm using Pretty Exaltation, so make sure you always use that during your burst as well. Now the reason I have AB only at number 4 is because of its inner ability. This is really the only thing that I could say that is a little annoying on the AB, is you do really want that attack speed inner, which can be a little expensive to get, but it makes a big difference. So I would highly recommend trying to get it when you do your AB boss meal. In terms of training, AB is very easy. Celestial Roar has a pretty big hitbox and it has very good movement. Its flash jump is super fast. It's like a thief flash jump, maybe even faster actually. With that all being said though, AB having a very short cooldown burst, very good survivability, easy nodes, and easy to play makes it at number 4 in this list. Next up at number 3 is the tried and true Bowmaster. Now Bowmaster for the longest time has been a premier boss meal, and it still is, because of how easy it is to play and how easy it is to fund. Bowmaster being a hurricane class means that you don't need any sort of attack speed buffs, and it's super easy. You just hold down your hurricane and the rest of the damage comes out for you. The nodes are also very easy as well. You can get away with only doing 1 trio as well, and its V skills, you only need 3 of them and you don't even need the 4th one, which helps on node cost as well. Their 3 V skills are also very easy to use. They're all just buffs and you just pop them in order and you just hold down your hurricane. So it's very easy and simple to use. Bowmaster also has slept on survivability as well, with its clones that help you tank damage and its teleport that you can place down wherever you want on the map and constantly reposition. It even has air stall with its covering fire. Bowmaster also has lifesteal when you switch to the blood arrows. Honestly, you don't want to use the blood arrows when you're trying to do as much damage as possible, but during your burst all the arrows come out, so you're healing regardless. The only downside I could say to Bowmaster is I guess some people would find it boring because of how simple it is to play, but you can't deny the performance of it for a boss meal. Since it has 2-minute cooldowns as well with its burst, that means it comes up a lot more often. And if you're a very strong boss meal, you can segment your burst. For example, not use your inhumane speed with your quiver barrage. You can use them separately if you're just that strong, and that way your boss clears will be even faster because you have a V skill per boss instead of using all 3 of them together. All of that combined makes Bowmaster a very solid boss meal, very easy to play and easy to fund. What else could you ask for? Now, in our number 2 slot, might be a little surprising for some people, or maybe not for others. It's Lynn. Now, Lynn came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. A lot of people like to clown Lynn because of its lack of burst. But when we're talking about boss meals, you don't necessarily need a big burst. Lynn is actually pretty crazy, to be honest with you, when it comes to the DPS department. Its damage is so incredibly consistent. When you're bursting, it almost feels like nothing changed just because of how strong this class's DPS is. There's literally like no waiting for cooldowns on this class. You just hold down your strike ability and blow through the bosses. Lynn also has only 6 boostable nodes in the trios, so it's the easiest class in the whole game to get your perfect trios on and to fund in terms of nodes. Every single node you open is technically a perfect trio, which is pretty crazy. Lynn also is a 2-minute class that is very easy to play. Your burst is literally just debuffing with Predator Blow, turning on your buffs, your Beak Strike, and your Focus Awaken, and using your Beast Rage, and that's it. And then you just hold down your strike. Lynn also has crazy survivability. The amount of heals and shields this class has is nuts. You are constantly healing all the time, and you even have an overshield that can be healed again. It's almost like a mini Breath of Divinity. You even have debilitating status removal as well with your Purify skill that just removes harmful effects from you every 2 seconds. Another thing about Lynn is it has slept on movement. Its sweep ability with the bird actually moves you so quickly, and you have crazy air stall with the whirlwind skill too. If you don't have a Lynn boss meal, I would highly recommend trying it. Its DPS is actually really good, but just know that it has pretty much no burst at all. So that's preventing me from putting it at number 1. Now, the number 1 class for this video is Bucc. Bucc, in terms of boss mealing, has literally everything that you could ask for. It has really good and easy DPS, and it has a good short cooldown burst. Howling Fist being on 90 seconds means that you can use it pretty often while boss mealing, and when you need the really big burst, you have your lightning form every 3 minutes, and those big lightning form balls do so much damage. Bucc's movement is also incredible and has very good survivability. With your defense form, you can pretty much tank anything on any of these bosses, and with your vortex, lightning form mobility, dashes, corkscrew blow, teleport, you can move around anywhere you want. Bucc's nodes are also very easy to fund. All you need on a boss meal is your Octo Punch, your Bossing Serpent passive, and Nautilus Strike. It's a very easy trio to find, and the node funding is incredibly low. Since Vortex you only need it at level 1, you can also save nodes on not maxing that skill at all, and just get your Lord of the Deep, Howling Abyss, and Lightning Form up. Bucc also has a very good inner ability. You don't need attack speed or cooldown skip or +1 passive or anything like that. You just run the boss damage and you're good. It's also very easy to train if you want to train it. But again, a lot of people don't train boss mules anymore just because of the XP vouchers and all the free resources that events give. Bucc literally has everything that you need for boss muling. It has the damage, DPS, and burst, movement, survivability, very easy to play, and low funding requirement as well. So to me, it's the #1 boss mule for most people if they're trying to get boss muling started. Now I know there's probably some classes that are really good that I missed and didn't talk about, like Wind Archer or Hero, but I wanted to make these 5 and highlight these 5 because I think they're really good, and some of them aren't talked about enough, like Lynn for example. Let me know which classes you have as your boss mules and how you feel about them down below. Are there any boss mules that you guys regret making? Or are there any that are like sleeper OP? With that all being said though, if this video helped you out, maybe consider helping me out by subscribing or watching some of my other videos. And if you want to check me out on stream, I stream almost every single day. And with that all being said, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much to my beautiful members, Blazefire, Shooms, Uju, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Grim4K, Koga, Pabo, Picolneer, Jesse, Dante Victory, Zats, and CK. I appreciate you guys so much.